clip.
Of course.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Why don't you get to the point of your phone call, sir?
Yeah, let's go, Paul.
I
Now that
see
you're nice and relaxed.
No, all right. I seen the assault on the media this morning. I guess, I'm a little late on that. Punch out.
All right.
Bye.
You're not late. You were the first guy calling in with it.
Wow.
Our own
was
Nathaniel.
really bad.
Our own Nathaniel just rocked this morning. Another assault on the media. Want to explain the assault on the media, Anthony, to the new
this is
listeners?
great. Well, we're never happy anywhere we are with the promotion that the program gets. We are egomaniacs, and we always assume we should be getting a lot more promotion than we get, and it never really happens. So we have to make our own, and that the best way to do it we have found is there's free TV out there. Do you people know that? Free television access. You can get on any of the major networks and do a little commercial for whatever you want. They're out there all the time. You see them, the live news shots that are happening around your city. Whenever an event happens, they send a schlep reporter down there with the truck and the camera, and they go live, and then they go, let's now take it to Jim, who's standing outside the fire department. And then they go there. That's your time now. That's time you could be promoting your product. And that's what we do. Call it Assault on Media. Listeners, fans of the show, or our own intern staff here goes behind the reporter or sometimes in front of him, anywhere in front of the camera, and kind of plugs the program. That's the Assault on Media.
You just don't touch the reporter.
No. And sometimes it goes very well.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like today, some people get a little upset.
The funny thing is, the listeners are supposed to be doing the assaults on the media.
Uh-huh.
Why is it that we're doing them?
Well, I think because we've been so lucky being in Midtown, there's a lot of live shots that happen right around our area.
This is the second one this week alone.
Mm-hmm.
And just so everyone is on the same page, earlier in the week, Danny did an assault on the media, and it was great. Remember Danny running up to the reporter behind him with Danny had a cigarette in his mouth, holding a cup of coffee.
Just smiled.
Smiled and held up an Opie and Anthony sign.
Yeah.
And that gave Danny the edge over Nathaniel in the intern race.
But
Danny, you're yesterday's news, man. I'm sorry to say.
Dude, I so know, too. I got the call from Steve. I was on the train, and I'm thinking to myself, God damn it, he's going to get it.
Yep.
And sure enough, he did.
You are yesterday's news, my friend. That's how fast it turns on the Opie and Anthony program.
Nathaniel, do you want Danny sitting here during your appearance?
I'm not exactly sure what we need him in here for. But,
well, your super producer, Hawk Bagel, said, go in there now.
I don't know what he's doing here.
Yeah, Danny, recreate the experience of watching it on TV.
Oh, he's smashing you good.
Wow.
No.
Nathaniel, take the rest of the morning off. Actually, you can't because Ben's MIA, so we need...
Yeah, Ben is missing.
Yeah, Ben is MIA.
Can't call him.
We can't get him on the phone or anything.
And
this
he's
morning.
just hasn't called. He's not here. He's I heard he was out last night.
Well, Ben and I and Don, who's pretty much running the channel now.
Yeah.
He's up in New York, and we did a little business dinner. No big deal, really. And I guess Ben was pretty hammered at dinner, according to Don.
Really? Had a few?
And then Don and Ben went out for another hour or so, and I went home.
That's very rare.
And we haven't heard from Ben since, so can't get him on the phone.
Ben's never hammered at dinner.
Never.
He usually doesn't make it past lunch.
So I don't know. That's a developing story. We're waiting for him to arrive.
Or call or something.
That would be nice. Anyway, getting back to Nathaniel. So, an assault on the media. I was walking by the live shot this morning.
Oh, you did?
Oh, I was so late today because I'm walking by the live shot all excited, like, guys, we have another opportunity, I'm thinking.
It was right on 57th?
It was right across from the garage there.
Right across from the garage?
Basically, yeah.
Is that one on the Carnegie Hall side?
Yeah, the subway there.
All right. I know where that is, sure.
And so I'm walking past, and I'm ready to come into work all excited, like, guys, we got another one that we could do.
Yeah.
But I was way late to the party, man. All of a sudden, Nathaniel had the video all queued up and ready to go to show everybody.
It is stunning. It is fantastic.
Is the video up on opieandanthony.com yet?
Well, I hope so.
They're working on it.
They're working on it? You got to see this one. Anyway, sorry. Let's. Thanks, Eric. See,
what happened?
Do you get that in your ear too?
Sometimes when they talk to me.
What do you say?
Well, who said working on it? You, right?
Yeah.
And then 2 seconds later, Eric has to tell me in my ear that they're working on it.
Yeah.
Hawk, what's the status? He's looking up at the screen now. I don't hear it.
La, la, la. He's at his happy place.
Anyway, Nathaniel, walk us through your brilliant assault on the media.
Well, I was in Pick a Bagel. I was actually a little nervous because a man in a suit came in and I thought I was made by the reporter, but it was just some dude. So I'm just trying to act natural. I see I'm in contact with Steve here, obviously, to get this shot.
So Pick a Bagel is right across the street from where they're setting up. So you're just kind of making believe you're buying a bagel and waiting for your shot.
You're laying low.
Yes.
Laying low. Because the problem is the signs are so big.
I know, very hard to hide.
Very hard. It makes you a little suspicious. But go ahead. So you're in Pick a Bagel.
And then I see the actual reporter come out and start looking pretty. And
primping, waiting for his live shot to come on.
Yeah, and so I duck around the corner to the right side of the street, and Steve says he's live. And I walk up, hopefully rather calmly with my signs.
And let me tell you, that is the point where you go, uh-oh.
Yep.
Because we're watching the video, and you see Nathaniel barely in frame. You can see him, and he's holding the sign kind of down low, and it's horrible because you just know what's coming.
What it reminded me of when I saw it, because you see the reporter, and then you see in the back, it's a little flash of Nathaniel walking, and you know he's ready to walk in.
Yeah.
It reminded me of The Godfather when Brando looks up and just sees the two guys running towards him with the pistols before they're shooting. I just got a peek of it, and I'm like, there's going to be a problem.
Yeah, here it comes.
He's holding something that looks long and flat.
Continue.
And so then I walk into frame, and I start trying to, because I remember one of the not criticisms, but remarks about Danny's assault was there was no audio.
Right.
So I tried to say Opie and Anthony XM radio. Doesn't turn out too good because of the mics they use or whatever.
Yeah.
But, the cameraman was smiling. He's like, no, just keep it down. You can stay in frame. Just keep your voice down.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He didn't seem pissed. Which is more than I could say for the reporter.
Yeah, but you got to also talk about the listener.
Oh, yeah.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, where did he come from?
I have no idea. Yeah, I'm in there. Some guy starts walking up to me. I'm like, uh-oh. They have bouncers now.
Yeah, because the guy was big. It looked like he could have been a security guy. So basically, Nathaniel set up with his huge Opie and Anthony sign right behind the reporter's head. And then next thing you know, this guy comes into frame. And he's a listener, and he's kind of hanging out with you, and then he starts giving the finger.
Yeah, he put his middle finger up.
Well, Nathaniel just stopped in frame and held the sign up and just stood there with the sign.
Yeah.
Like it was a perfectly natural place for him to be. It was like when I watch one of Maury's wig commercials. He's just standing there, and the reporter is going on, and you're just standing there with your sign. It was fantastic. Yeah. I couldn't believe you got that much camera time.
And then the listener, who was standing next to him, just starts flipping the bird to the camera. And
then the listener just walks down into the subway.
Yeah.
Before the shot was even done.
Yeah, it was like it was planned. Like he went his way, I went mine, and our work was done.
I think the rest should be explained with the actual audio.
All right. Yeah, because then something happened right after the reporter was done with his stupid...
Reporters are never really happy about these things. They just aren't. And this is the audio from the air. This is what went out over the air. This isn't any kind of recorder that Nathaniel had on him.
No, right off the TV.
Right off the TV. So what you're hearing went out over the air to the entire CBS television audience.
Good morning, Sean. This is apparently a very simple crime to commit. All one has to do is buy multiple Metro cards, stand at the turnstile, and just continuously swipe people in all day. Police sources say these guys net a couple $100s a day, and that's pure profit, but it's costing the TA a great deal, about $16 million a year, and they're trying to put a stop to it. What the fuck is your problem, man?
Wow. How about waiting till the shot is cleared? How about waiting till you're not on the air anymore before you say, what the fuck is your problem?
You really have to see this video. This video, I think, is going to get some play out there.
Yeah, it's a good one.
This video is going to get some play on some of those fine websites. So the reporter's done, and he turns around immediately to Nathaniel and goes, what the fuck is your problem live on the air this morning?
Oh, Golden Buns from Whackbag is asking, did the reporter yell, if you want to get on camera, just ask?
So then, of course,
you pussy.
Then all of a sudden, then they have to go back to the news desk, and this is what they had to do. They had to apologize to everybody. Oh, yes, Nathaniel?
No, this is him coming back from his little tape segment.
Oh, okay. All right, so they go to the tape segment, then they go back to the live reporter. All right, gotcha.
Sorry about that distraction before. The Transit Committee is expected to pass this later on today. And
sorry about that distraction, Beaufort.
Beaufort, he is so flustered.
He's so frazzled. Listen again.
Sorry about that distraction before. The Transit Committee is expected to pass this later on today. And
they must have just handed him an asshole, though.
Beaufort.
Did you hear what you said?
That went out live.
Went out live, you idiot.
Beaufort.
Just watching some video of a guy getting...
Oh, wow.
A guy getting creamed by an SUV after an accident.
Yeah, Minnesota State trooper looks like. That's the video of the day.
Was that the trooper getting hit, or was that...
Was a trooper getting hit?
Yeah, it was a trooper on it.
Did he, what's his condition?
It doesn't look good. I don't know.
He must be alive if they're showing it.
Lammed.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Survived. That's true. Very good, Nathaniel. Must be alive if they're showing it.
So anyway, you got to see the video of this assault on the media. Look at that.
Bam! Oh, his head smacked on the hood.
That is awful.
That's a rough one.
And, yeah, it's too bad the mic also didn't pick up him asking why I have to be so fucking stupid.
Oh,
really?
He said that too, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, you're so stupid.
Why do I have to be so fucking stupid?
No, I think you're actually pretty smart.
That's my job. What I do here.
You're not the one dumb enough to curse on live TV.
True. Yeah, I want to hear that again. The video should be up on opieandanthony.com soon.
good morning, Sean. This is apparently a very simple crime to commit. All one has to do is buy a couple of multiple Metro cards, stand at the turnstile, and just continuously swipe people in all day. Police sources say these guys net a couple $100s a day, and that's pure profit, but it's costing the TA a great deal, about $16 million a year, and they're trying to put a stop to it. What the fuck is your problem, man?
Oh, that's great. That's just great.
After the whole Janet Jackson thing, he's cursing.
Yeah. Very good, Nathaniel.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Not that Danny's wasn't great with the sign that said "Op." I like the way you got the whole sign in frame, though. That was good.
Thank you.
Another successful assault on the media.
Opie and Anthony, XM Radio, you could hear it.
Yeah, I think it was a perfect one.
Yep.
Nathaniel, you performing tomorrow at the Comedy Store?
Oh,
hey, look at that. Nathaniel gets a free plug on the show.
The other here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm hosting the New Talent Show. It starts at 7 o'clock, and I'll be there.
Your early show at the Cellar tomorrow night, 7.
All right.
Funny comic.
Thank you, Jim.
Nice.
All right, there he goes, Nathaniel. Beautiful job this morning. Let's go to Jeremy in New Jersey. Jeremy.
Ripping off the MTA, but as of today, transit officials are cracking down on subway swipers. CBS 2's Arthur Chian working our top story live from Midtown. Arthur, good morning.
Good morning, Sean. This is apparently a very simple crime to commit. All one has to do is buy a couple of multiple Metro cards, stand at the turnstile, and just continuously swipe people in all day. Police sources say these guys net a couple $100s a day, and that's pure profit, but it's costing the TA a great deal, about $16 million a year, and they're trying to put a stop to it. What the fuck is your problem, man?
It's our obligation to get on and tell our listeners.
We probably should have, though, because they speculated all weekend.
But
they did it again. They did it again. They're suspended, and we all know how this turns out in the end.
We never know when things are going to pop up that really feeds the speculation. And I had no clue that the reporter that we had a assault on the media behind. When was that? Thursday?
That was Thursday.
It was Thursday.
That's what makes it great.
I know.
Perfect timing.
We had no clue that he got fired for cursing on the air, using the F word.
We knew that story had some legs.
Yeah.
And boy, did it have legs. It went all over the world.
Yes, it did.
I was reading our names
Did you see
in
the China press?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I was reading our names in chinky writing.
The China press.
Little chinky writing, and the only words I could recognize were Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
That made the press in China?
Yeah.
Well,
I was attempting to read chinky just to see what they had to say about us.
Would you stop? It's Chinese.
Chinese, chinky, whatever.
Chinese.
Yeah, it made some kind of China press.
Yeah. A little bit of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
He got in a little bit of trouble there. And it's again, Viacom, who owns CBS, buckles under and fires the guy. The guy should not have been fired for that. Why can't people be human beings on television? The guy was annoyed. He spins around. Stupidly. He was stupid. He should have waited, till the shot cleared. Guy didn't even get the last sentence of the story out, and he turns around and says, what the fuck is your problem? And it got on the air, and Viacom with their zero-tolerance policy. Why? I am so sick of the zero-tolerance policy with anything. The zero-tolerance policy winds up getting people in trouble that aren't really doing anything wrong. If somebody's doing something wrong, you give them the boot. The second you put a zero-tolerance policy on it, then you're suspending children for cutting a piece of bread to look like a gun and going bang, bang in the cafeteria. Those are the people that get affected by zero-tolerance policy. An honest mistake of a guy saying fuck on television where, he should be reprimanded and perhaps taught how he should be on camera like that. But firing him because of this zero-tolerance policy, it's ridiculous. And now the guy, he's out of a job. A lot of people are blaming us for it.
Which is sickening.
Which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You get on that New York radio message board.
Alan, yeah. Come on.
Alan's a little off on this one.
Yeah.
There are times I agree with the dentist, with the radio dentist, Alan Sniffen. Times I don't. And this is one time I don't. He's lambasting the show and our fans and I guess Nathaniel, who did this whole thing, and saying that we shouldn't be doing this. This is horrible. We cost the man his job. This is stuff, this type of thing, they make, you watch that America's Funniest Home Video shows and things like that. They make whole segments based on people behind reporters when they're doing a live shot. When they're out there doing their live shot, they put themselves on the street and they're dealing with the public. And these things happen. It happens to them all the time.
And it will continue to happen.
It'll continue happening.
It will continue to happen.
Absolutely. And because some guy stands there, Nathaniel is there with a sign, and some nut comes up on side of him and actually puts a gesture in the camera, which, by the way, the reporter never saw. He just saw some kind of discrepancy behind him, some kind of a disturbance behind him.
You know who that was? You haven't heard yet?
Oh, no, I haven't heard.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
It was Crazy Cabbie from Howard Stern's show.
Everyone's favorite felon. Everyone's favorite taxi evader.
Who, by the way, every time he sees Anthony and I on the streets of New York, kisses our ass and talks to us forever. So
unbelievable. Comes up, hey, dudes, how you doing, man? Show's going great. And then he gets up there, and apparently he said, when Nathaniel said O&A XM satellite radio, he said sucks. But it sounded like rocks. I defy anybody watching that clip to see that he is not a fan of the show, that he was trying to actually show that O&A suck.
Right.
Because he comes off like just a super fan in front of the camera, behind the reporter. Unbelievable. It was stupid, crazy cabbie.
Yeah, I think he's apparently trying to give the sign the finger.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really work.
No, he wasn't. He was just, he wasn't. I heard that from you. That was his explanation, and I watched the clip. He wasn't. He was just trying to be a part of the shot before he goes off to jail and gets railed on the ass for not paying his taxes. Pay your taxes, stupid. Stop trying to be funny on film. Be funny in the accountant's office when you're writing a check to the federal government, idiot.
Now, if he really hates the show and wanted to give the finger to the sign, as he said, he should have grabbed the sign out of your hand,
right,
and smashed it over his knee and go F these guys or something.
Or just taking the sign and smash it over Nathaniel's head.
Right.
Nice little wrestling move.
Which, by the way, would have been hysterical.
Oh, my God, I would laugh my ass off.
Would have been hysterical.
Nathaniel's head goes through the sign. That's what a real man would have done. If he was supposedly against the show, yeah. Please.
Instead, he politely let me put it in front of his face.
Yeah, that's it. Put it in front of his face.
By the way, Anthony, I just want to bow to Nathaniel today.
Wow.
How do you bow?
You're bowing.
Jeez.
Dude, he gave us massive... oh, like that?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you very much.
All right, there you go. Huh?
Good bow.
This guy gave us like massive publicity.
A lot of press.
This little intern that I finally know his name. It's Nathaniel, everybody.
That's right.
Danny's assault on media looking a little thin. Little thin compared to the Nathaniel's.
You better paint O&A on an axe and bury it in someone's chest on film, stupid.
Yeah, to the faithful listeners, they know what happened. Like earlier in the week last week, Danny came up with a great assault on the media. He had a cigarette in one hand, a coffee in another, and still was able to hold the sign right in back of the reporter's head. And that reporter didn't lose his composure.
No.
And then, you fast forward just a mere 3 days. We were talking about Danny all week.
Oh, it was great.
And Nathaniel did what he did, and thank God Nathaniel did a perfect assault on the media, by the way. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason we're not in trouble in Washington.
No cursing.
We did nothing wrong. We just stood there with a sign, and he said, we rock, or whatever he said.
And this is why the Alan Sniffen radio message board there, why he's got it totally wrong.
Of course.
If one of our guys had walked up to the reporter, touched him in any way, started cursing behind him, did something that interfered with his actual report, then there would have been a problem. And then you could actually see Alan's point. His point was that people should not do this kind of thing. We got him fired. If we weren't there, it never would have happened. He never would have said that and would have still had his job. I really didn't even understand what kind of point he was trying to make, because this happens to reporters all the time. People get behind the shot. Sometimes it's just nothing. It's a crowd of people waving, and the reporter doesn't even know it. And sometimes it's people, coming up and yelling things to try to get a point across, political things, saying hi to their friends, anything. Nathaniel, yes.
People kept making the point, what if somebody came into your workplace and started yelling?
They do.
Yeah, but
when we're out.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's in a public spot. It's not like I burst into CBS studios and was like, start taking over their newscast.
Which is next week.
Yeah, that's right.
Doing that.
We're going to take this to a whole new level.
When we're out on the streets and things like that, there are people that screw with us. When we do our live shows and we put ourselves in the position where we're in the public, we don't know what the hell's going to happen. And there have been segments that are just completely ruined by the animals that come to see us when we're doing live shows. So, yeah, it does happen, and it has happened.
And when you guys got booted, I'm sorry to say, I didn't want to see this guy get fired either. He does seem like a real douche, though, to turn around like that. Fired. But you know what? Too bad. When you guys got booted, there was not one person in the media stepping up to go. I mean, even though what you did was definitely much more serious, but the way they got the facts wrong, and Paul was a producer, all these things they got wrong, they didn't even bother to give a shit and get the facts right. So I have very little mercy for anybody in that position.
I felt the same way. On a personal level, because this guy is a human being and he lost his job, I feel bad about that. Right. But when you take it on the whole as here's one of the media, one of the guys that were just, crucifying us when we got the boot, and like Jimmy said, getting everything wrong, it's almost a little bit of justice. But, yeah, on a personal level, I don't want to see the guy get fired.
No, not at all. I mean, the guy just lost his composure. You can't lose your composure in the #1 market like that. You can't. There wasn't even he didn't even wait a few seconds.
And there was absolutely nothing for that guy to lose his composure over.
Right.
Nothing.
I think what happened was he was looking at the monitor, because I've seen these live shots, and the reporters usually look at the monitor to take a look at the shots, see if they look good, whatever. And I'm sure while he was doing the report, he was looking at the monitor going, oh, my God, look what's happening behind me, and he was just losing his mind.
Do your MetroCard story and go to the tape and shut up.
Exactly. This wasn't exactly 9/11 coverage. It was some homeless guy. That's a big story. The homeless people use the MetroCard to let people through.
Yeah.
Wow, stop the presses. Be careful on your way to work, folks. Homeless guy may be scamming. Who doesn't know that shit? Oh, by the way, newsflash, guys, just be careful. Homeless people also smell. I don't know if you guys heard that. And they shit outdoors. I hope I'm not, scooping 60 Minutes this Sunday.
Here's the audio. I mean, the video has been downloaded, I don't know what it's up to, 150,000 times or something like that, from all over the world. All over the world. The clip went everywhere. And then the press clippings are from almost every city in America. And then it went to China, and Current Affair did something on it, and CNN Headline News. Our good friend Imus talked about it. Stupid Booker on K-Rock talked about it.
Yeah, it was downloaded 150,000 times.
120,000 times?
And Danny's got a cute 9,000 last week. I thought that was nice.
Who does?
The other intern.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sure,
counting their assaults on the media.
And I'm sure only 90% of those were people actually looking for my assault on the media.
What's this wet stuff on my bagel?
I don't know.
Did you spit on this?
I didn't. Why would I be spitting on? We're in the middle of talking about this assault on the media, and now we have to talk about Ricky again. It could be. It could be.
It's his little plan. See, Nathaniel was getting a lot of airtime here.
I had a good line about Danny, not getting as many downloads.
Exactly. That was very funny.
Everybody's ready to laugh.
Yeah. What was the line?
Well,
Do it again.
I was saying, he had so few downloads, and probably only 90% of those were people actually looking for my video. See?
He's saying
Still
they made
works.
A mistake.
I love it.
And it's true.
Even though he did get some downloads, probably just mistakes.
But I don't like the way you keep using the name. I don't reckon just the other person.
The other guy?
Yeah.
It's just a perfect example of how marketing works, though. I mean, we do these assaults on the media all the time, and we encourage you guys to continue doing the assaults on the media, by the way, because that was a whole discussion. Will this end the assaults on the media? Will they be told to stop doing that? Of course not.
Stop.
Especially if you do it like Nathaniel does it.
Classy
and perfectly.
Right.
But it's a good way to show you how marketing works. Danny did pretty much the exact assault on the media, but his reporter didn't lose his mind.
Got to get the reporters to lose their mind.
The reporter loses his mind, and now it's a story all over the country with everybody checking out the show, checking out the video, writing about us on message boards all over the place. So.
And they will continue. Because it is a very good way to promote the program.
It's legal. It's harmless.
Completely legal and harmless.
Do your job right. Sorry. You don't know what? Let's be honest. That was ego. The reporter's ego, like you pointed out with Newsweek, they like to have the reel of all their stories. His ego was affected because he was being a little bit irritated by some pest. And you know what? That's a real statement about that guy. You don't just turn around and go, what the fuck is your problem, man? Like, over something like that. You don't do it unless that's who you are.
Right. Well, the video's still up on opieandanthony.com, but here's the audio just to get everyone up to speed again.
Good morning, Sean. This is apparently a very simple crime to commit. All one has to do is buy multiple Metro cards, stand at the turnstile, and just continuously swipe people in all day. Police sources say these guys net a couple $100s a day, and that's pure profit, but it's costing the TA a great deal, about $16 million a year, and they're trying to put a stop to it. What the fuck is your problem, man?
They're trying to put a stop to what the fuck is your problem, man?
Sorry about that distraction before. The Transit Committee is expected to pass this later on today. And
shame. Sorry. Ask Asa. Hey, Asa, where's the unemployment line?
Shame on you.
Wow, he didn't even, stop.
No, there wasn't.
See, I mean, I feel bad the guy lost his job, but he didn't even, think.
He blew his cool. John in New York on the phone making a very valid point also.
All right, let's go to John in New York.
John!
Hey, yeah. How you guys doing?
Hi, John.
I just want to state the obvious that reporters are never intrusive into other people's lives.
There you go. There's another thing. We're a couple of guys behind the reporter, maybe getting on his nerves a little bit. He loses his cool and starts cursing. These reporters are constantly screwing with people. Constantly getting in their face, and on their jobs.
You're right.
How many times you see them go to their jobs, shove that camera in, and try, on purpose, they try to get a response like this from these people at work.
Right.
They would love for the person to lose their cool and say fuck, so they can bleep it out and show what an asshole, nasty guy this guy is.
Maybe somebody's got to go jump out his window, climb down some bed sheets in order to get away from the cameras, huh?
There you go.
All right, guys, punching out.
Thanks, John. All right, so
that's a great point.
We made the newspapers all over America. I haven't even read these yet. The Daily News and the Post, Anthony. We're a little behind the times, and then we got some audio to get to. The story just gets more and more interesting. Basically, I'm trying to figure. I think this was from the Post. New York Post from Friday. News Channel 2 can't afford a Ford. What are they getting at? The AF Ford.
AF Ford.
Oh, it's News Channel 2 can't AF Ford.
A fucking Ford?
Yeah, the F word.
They're trying to get really clever with the headline, and I don't really get
don't
it. It's A-F-Ford.
Ford.
Or F word, so they're like F word, but then said F Ford.
F Ford.
Oof.
That's
F
a stretch.
Ford.
Anyway, Channel 2 reporter Arthur Chen was fired yesterday after he used the F word on air during a 6 a.m. broadcast. Chen was standing in front of a subway station delivering a live intro to a segment about a MetroCard scam when two men walked up behind him, held up a sign, and began chanting Opie and Anthony.
Once again, wrong, by
Wrong.
the way.
Of course, wrong.
It was Nathaniel, and then it was Cabby there.
The video was available to anybody who actually wanted to see the event. You would think a news person might want to see the event. Yeah, wrong again.
Wrong again. Held up a sign and began chanting Opie and Anthony, the names of the XM satellite radio shock jocks. Shock jocks. Shocking, shocking, shock jocks. We are so shocking. Shock jocks. Ugh. Chen thinking he'd finished the live part of the report. Another. That's wrong too. He knew he was still live. He just lost his mind. Yep. You could hear it in the clip. He didn't even pause after he was done.
Barely got that last word of his report out.
Chen thinking he'd finished the live part of the report, whirled around and blurted out to the interlopers, "What the fuck is your problem, man?" By the way, later on the show today, pick up your "What the fuck is your problem, man" T-shirts.
Yeah.
Do we know how to exploit, or do we know how to exploit? People are lining up outside the station now
right.
to pick up their "What the fuck is your problem, man" T-shirts.
You know what's
Man.
Yes, go ahead.
You know what's very interesting is the one time some idiot reporter loses his cool is when his story. You never hear a guy reporting a rape or a child murder going, "What the fuck is wrong with people?" Mm-hmm. They can handle it then, but God forbid somebody's interfering with his dog shit story and he loses his mind. And God forbid he had some honesty as a human being and go, "I'm doing a live report. Could you idiots stop this?"
Right.
Could they for once address it like human beings?
Hey, you jackass.
No, it's just a bunch of phonies out there.
Absolutely.
Like we say almost every day in the show now. One of Howard Stern's cronies was involved in this, and that big fucking old lady pussy just shut up and didn't say a word about it.
No.
Didn't say a word about it Friday, didn't say a word about it on Monday. It's one of his guys was involved in a pretty huge radio story, and he just kept his mouth shut.
Because it wasn't me.
Well, Alan Sniffen didn't like it.
Alan.
Oh. It's Alan Sniffen.
Very disappointed in his take on the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like, stop being a baby, dude. Stop it. Assaults on the media are not good. Shut up. They're fucking great.
Anyway, continuing here.
Cool.
And they will continue.
Oh, by the way,
people with your live shots out there, this will not stop.
You can bet that's
how
not
much
going to happen.
They're freaking out right now. That we're going to send them right back on top of their trucks again.
Dude, because they, Oh, wait a minute. Who's this? Pat?
Oh. Hey.
What's up?
Nothing much.
Oh, Pat from Menaki. What's up, Pat?
No, Pat from Menaki's out here right now.
Oh, okay.
We're threatening to hold Travis hostage if the animals are not let upstairs.
There will be no blackmail. Travis has to get up with my bagel. Go fuck yourself.
We have 9 animals and 1 golfer, and we want to be upstairs.
They're holding Pat hostage until we let the animals upstairs to check out the show. They're slowly but surely coming to the station to pick up their "What the fuck is your problem, man" T-shirts, which I think will happen around 9 o'clock today. Anyway, now that this video has made it all over the country, Anthony, and been reported on CNN headline news and stuff, it's only going to make these animals want to do this more. Mm-hmm. Now you're going to see a lot more assaults on the media. You watch.
Of course you will. Everyone's going to want to. They love to please us, Opie.
Unfortunately for Chen, the camera was still rolling, and the expletive rang out loud and clear over the airwaves. I can confirm that he has been terminated. A Channel 2 spokeswoman told Page 6, "We have no further comment regarding his termination." The network-owned station also issued this statement. Oh, boy, here's the statement.
Uh-oh.
WCBS-TV apologizes for the use of inappropriate language today during our 6 a.m. broadcast. We deeply regret the incident.
That's sincere, at least.
Yeah.
Bags.
Did you read the AP story?
No.
This one was the best. I read the last line is just classic. It tells the story, same story.
Yeah,
Subway station, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
What the fuck is your problem, man? The F word went out of the air. Channel 2 fired Chien yesterday. As for the shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. As for the shock, Opie and Anthony.
Wait. I didn't get a shock out of you.
Thank you, Travis. You're welcome. As for the shock jocks, Opie and Anthony, they're celebrating over the reporter's firing. How did this... Yeah. Whoever did the AP report here, whoever wrote this, and this went all over the place. First of all, we left the show Thursday before the guy was fired.
Right.
Before we knew anything about this firing, we left.
We went our own ways.
Anthony have not been on the air since now.
Right. Anthony went to Colorado. I went to Florida. We'll get into that stuff a little later. Yeah. We weren't celebrating.
So how did this lying sack of shit that wrote this story, how did he assume we were celebrating over the guy's firing?
How are they just allowed to print that?
Right. How are they allowed to print that?
This is the AP.
What the fuck is his problem, man?
Man. What the... They're celebrating over... You know what we're celebrating? We're celebrating the fact that we got some press. I like that. But as far as celebrating the guy's firing...
No one got a statement from any of us. So how does this guy go and say that we're celebrating over the reporter's firing?
They're making it really easy for me to not give a shit that the guy got fired. These reporters. Because they're all from the same mold. Every single one of these jerk-offs are from the same mold. They're phonies, liars. This guy is just... He's an AP... The guy... His story's picked up by the AP, Associated Press, and it's bullshit. I read this in Colorado. I read it and go, oh, really? I'm celebrating the fact that the guy was fired.
Can we find out who wrote it? It's not a secret. There's got to be a way for someone on this show to find out. Seriously, who wrote this?
I think they hide behind that little AP thing.
Yeah.
I would love to find out. And then
they do this all the time. I mean, this is just a dumb shock jock story, but they do this with really serious news.
Yep.
Where they just make up their shit.
Yeah.
They made up that line.
Yep.
And whatever, is it going to affect our lives? No, it's probably going to make us even bigger. Whatever. But then you got to wonder what other AP stories out there are they just making up facts to make the story that much more interesting?
They make it up.
Like where did he get that we're celebrating over the reporter's fire? No one talked to me. I went into hiding for 4 days. My nephew was graduating from high school, decided to go down there and support him, and no one really got a hold of me.
No. I didn't talk to anybody. They didn't see me celebrating.
Although they were trying to get a camera crew down to Florida, current affair was.
A current affair.
They
wanted news.
They wanted to interview me at my nephew's graduation from high school.
They had a poll, I hear.
Yeah, we got all that.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah, we've just begun with this story. It's just taken on a life of its own. All right, getting to the Daily News story. Let's see what's wrong in this one. F-word cost TV guy a job. TV reporter Arthur Chen was canned by CBS 2 yesterday after he shouted the F-word at two meddlers.
My favorite line. Two meddlers.
At two meddlers. Oh, you meddling kids!
Stop meddling.
Isn't that like an old Scooby-Doo line? You meddling kid. What was the line from Scooby-Doo?
And I would have gotten away with it, too.
Oh, yeah,
if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
That's right, okay. At two meddlers who horned in on his live shot. Chen was in the middle of a 6 a.m. broadcast about Metro card scammers when two men sneaked up behind him with a sign promoting radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks. For a few moments as the knuckleheads...
Knucklehead.
Hey, Nathaniel, you're a knucklehead.
You knucklehead.
I don't appreciate that.
Knucklehead 1, and Danny, unfortunately, is now Knucklehead 2.
You mean intern B?
Meddlers and knuckleheads, all of them.
See?
Look at one reporter editorializing for the other reporter. Isn't that kind of nice how protective they get for each other?
Well, let's get to it here. For a few moments, as the knuckleheads heckled him and gave the finger to the camera, Chen kept his cool and continued talking. But as soon as he finished his report, he spun around and shouted at the intruders, "What the fuck is your problem, man?" Once again, don't forget to pick up your what the fuck is your problem, man t-shirts later this morning outside.
That's right, people.
The Opie and Anthony Broadcast Center. People lining up as we speak. That's why Club Soda Kenny is here, by the way. They're going to be collector's items. If he thought the CBS control room had already cut the tape, he was wrong. Now, he knew they didn't cut the tape. He didn't even wait. The expletive went out over the air. Sorry about that distraction before, Chen said when he returned. That's not. What did he say? Beaufort. The apology apparently wasn't enough for CBS, especially when the FCC is cracking down on obscenity. He's been terminated, station spokeswoman Audrey Pass said. Chen, a former New York One reporter who joined CBS in 2003, told the Daily News he's sorry.
Power bitch.
I regret the entire thing, and I apologize to those who were offended, he said. Meanwhile, fans of the Opie and Anthony show who have mounted a campaign to annoy television reporters were boasting about the infantile stunt on the DJ's website.
The campaign isn't to annoy reporters. It's to get the name Opie and Anthony XM Satellite Radio on television without having to pay for it because they don't really give us money for that here. So that's the best thing.
Do you see how incestuous they are in their writing, man? Do you see how incestuous it is? The meddlers, which they are, and knuckleheads, which they are, and infantile stunt, which it was. But then they say Chen kept his cool and continued talking. It's almost like, but they say that while it was happening, he was keeping his cool. They cannot help but go to bat for the guy who fucked up. Sorry, he fucked up.
Yeah.
Nathaniel did nothing wrong. He stood there with a sign like a million other people have done, and old potty mouth couldn't take it. And if you don't stop it, I may file a complaint against CBS because I was offended when this show played that 85 times.
The potty mouth pair have a show on XM Satellite Radio. They have to end this article with this, where they landed after being bounced by NEW for a contest that enticed two listeners to have sex in St. Pat's Cathedral.
Ah, yes.
So that's the New York coverage, but it went everywhere. The AP story and what have you.
You're not the potty mouth pair. What kind of profanity did you use on national television?
Potty mouth.
Yeah, you didn't curse.
Tom on Long Island. What's up, Tom?
Yeah, I just want to say real quick, I think the biggest story is definitely how these T-shirts are getting punched out on the street right away, and the other XM radios. What are your brothers doing? Nothing. Taking months. They still haven't done it.
Yeah, what's up with that?
My brother took on a huge project. I got to tell you, there's these Spread the Virus T-shirts that, there's like a limited run on these things, by the way, that my brother decided to make. The logos are awesome and all that. And he didn't expect as many people to actually want the shirts, so, he's trying to figure it all out. They're being printed. They're being mailed.
But what the fuck's your problem, man? Shirts are all done.
That's just, that was a quick 100 that we ordered. I think my brother's up over 1,000 of these Spread the Virus T-shirts, so he's in hell. And pretty much the pre-ordering is over, but if you could get to my brother while they're still printing, maybe you could get on to the end of the order, okay? Mm-hmm. So email him if you want your Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus T-shirts at drduck@AOL.com. That's doctor, you spell that out, D-U-K @AOL.com. Also a link on opieandanthony.com for your Spread the Virus T-shirts. Speaking of T-shirts, Anthony, there's a couple other people that have ideas for T-shirts. Chaz in New York, what's up?
Hey, man, my interns are out. I want them to pick me up one of the Fucks on My Bagel T-shirt.
What the fuck's on my bagel T-shirt?
Yeah. It could be a limited edition.
I want a shirt that just says, it might be, ...
It might be.
Yeah, with a question mark. Pinchy, what's up?
Hey, boys, welcome back.
Thank you, Pinch.
Hey, I heard if you buy a What the Fuck's Your Problem Man T-shirt, they'll throw in a Hey, Kathleen, put your goddamn clothes back on T-shirt for free.
Oh, wow, that's going back.
Very nice. And I got to tell you, man, man. That's going to be the word of the day. Man. Eric Logan and the gang down in Washington were just really cool about this. Because Anthony and I know how this thing works.
We get a little nervous when these things happen. When I heard, I got a little nervous.
Anthony called me from Colorado like, all right, dude, what's the deal?
What is it?
What's the deal? I go, you know what? It's weird. They're really, really excited down in Washington. They think it was perfect. They think the execution was perfect.
It was. Absolutely.
And they supported us. They said, you guys will have no problems with this. Don't even worry about it. Enjoy your couple days off. Enjoy your long weekend. I'm like, all right, great, thanks.
You see what the Boston Herald wrote?
No.
The Herald had a piece on Friday because the guy was an ex-Boston news guy.
Okay.
It said, Opie and Anthony claim another victim. The Manatees wrote about it in their column.
The inside track? Yeah.
Claim another victim? What victims have we claimed in the past? Ourselves, a couple of times. Psycho Mark?
There's been a few here and there.
Got fired?
Yeah, we leave some wreckage.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
Start
Ken Stevens?
Well, start Jeremy.
Jeremy?
Rick.
Yeah.
Well, okay. All right, accurate reporting then from the Herald. We have another one in our wake.
Here is what Alan Sniffen had to say, Anthony, on this New York Radio message board.
Alan Sniffen, yes. I have defended O&A on this forum frequently, but some of their fans are idiots, and O&A are idiots for encouraging them. Below linked is a story from the Daily News which basically tells how two of O&A's lame-brained fans, why you lame-brains, lame-brained fans disrupted a TV
Wait, we got to keep a list of these words.
I got it.
Lame-brain, knucklehead.
Meddlers.
Intruders.
And interlopers. Interlopers.
Cronies.
They say cronies? They were cronies, yeah.
Someone used cronies. Nice.
Yeah, they're a bunch of Voss words.
Yeah.
These old 40s words.
Voss would know what cronies meant.
Crony. Let's see. O&A's lame-brain fans disrupted a TV correspondent's live report, which ultimately resulted in the reporter using an obscenity. Should the reporter have known better? Yes. But the guy lost his job because he was put in a position that I'm willing to bet most any of us would have responded to in the same way. BAP! Wrong, Alan. You're wrong, Alan's wrong, Alan Sniffen. Wrong. Most of us would have responded in the same way. Maybe if you're walking down the street and someone's following you with a sign and won't go away. But if you're a reporter in New York City, you know better. And you know this happens. And you've probably had it happen to you before. You just deal with it. You're out in public. Things are going to happen.
What does he mean, most people? How would he know? Who's ever held a sign up to him that would annoy? Did someone across the street hold up a sign, cheaper fillings here?
When he's trying to do his recorded portion of his message board presentation.
Well, he'll talk about this the next time he does his recording.
Yeah.
Board
reflection.
Make sure we get a copy of Board Reflections when he talks about this.
I'm going to talk today about Opie and Anthony.
Right.
And these moron interloper cronies holding up signs.
I can't wait to hear that.
It's a perfect name because that's how you feel when you hear it.
So now he's out of work because these two morons interfered with his broadcast. And these two morons were encouraged indirectly by O&A. Now let me correct you. They were encouraged directly from O&A. We encourage this directly. We don't want them touching the reporter, hurting them or anything. We want the sign with our name on it behind them in the shot. That's it. If they're out on the street, we're going to be looking for the live shot. And it's going to keep happening. This doesn't mean that every time it happens, someone's going to lose their job, does it? No. You don't lose your cool like this.
We've done this dozens of times at this point. And this is the first guy that lost his cool.
It's one thing to make fun of a situation and or people that take things too seriously, which is, I guess, the news guys. I get it with that, and O&A are frequently good at it. But a prank that results in the victim losing his job is just plain going too far. This isn't a prank that results in the victim losing his job. It isn't. Because you could do this 1,000 times and no one's going to lose their job over it. This is a promotion that we do that resulted in the guy losing his job because he made the mistake, not us. We didn't error going out there with a sign and holding it up behind the shot. This guy made a mistake. That's it. While O&A didn't specifically stand behind this guy and wave a sign, they have consistently encouraged this kind of behavior from their idiotic fans who think this makes for gooder radio. He puts in quotes. It's more gooder.
It's
Alan.
more gooder, you
More
ass.
gooder radio.
And it does make for more gooder radio.
It's not funny.
This has given us a lot of fodder today.
Just ask Arthur Chien, who is now looking for a job because he responded to the two knuckle-dragging idiots.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
That's what was on your bagel before.
No, that's why I threw it away. Just ask Arthur Chien, who's now looking for a job. Knuckle-dragging idiots who gave their permission to act like jerks by a radio show. Yeah, I know, it's publicity. Publicity at someone else's expense, his livelihood. Again, wrong! We're not doing something that is going to result in someone's firing. It absolutely isn't. We are not doing something that is going to... If we go out today and do it again, does it mean this guy's going to get fired? No. The guy made a mistake. That's it. He made the mistake. He lost his cool, cursed, and got himself thrown off the air. Alan's totally wrong on this one. Da-da-da-da-da.
All right, then we got some audio. It made a lot of local news, but basically we got some of the more interesting ones here, I guess. Here's CNN headline news.
A reporter for WCBS-TV in New York has been fired for swearing during a broadcast. Arthur Chien was doing a report on illegal subway car doctoring when he was heckled by two passersby. He managed to stay composed during his live shot, but then the microphone caught him yelling an obscenity afterward. The Chien has since apologized. The hecklers were holding up a sign for the Opie and Anthony's satellite radio show.
Yeah, we're real stupid, Alan. CNN headline news is saying our names, but we're dumb.
And I didn't heckle anybody. It's not like I was like, hey, Arthur, nice reporting, you know?
Yeah, that's heckling. You know, if you would have been, hey, Arthur, come on, what the hell, you stink. This is an awful story. You suck. Be more funny.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of dummies. We don't know how to get our names out there. We're stupid. Eric from Jersey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm just listening to this, and it's the same thing. You hear it all the time. If a Little League umpire makes a bad call, the parent goes and beats up the umpire. Is it the umpire's call that caused the beating? No, it's the parent losing their cool.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
Mister.
I like that analogy.
So we should start beating the reporters?
I think so,
What
yeah.
is she saying?
Well, you get the point.
All right, thanks, Eric.
Okay.
I don't know what this means. Jared in Jersey. What's up, Jared?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hello. How you doing?
Hi, fella.
I just find it really amusing that all these reporters are bashing you guys for, you know, getting there with the sign in front of this guy's shot. But at the same time, if you ever notice when they go live to, like, a protest or some event or something, say you're watching, like, Fox News, they will always get CNN sign in there, like, CNN sucks. They'll make sure it's in the shot while they're broadcasting live on Fox or something like that. It's just ridiculous.
A lot of stories these guys do are in front of crowds that are yelling things, and they keep their cool. Danny from Bowling Green, Kentucky, saying the reporter made two mistakes. The first one was broadcasting right outside of the O&A studio.
Any subway stop in the city, and he picks that one.
Yeah, he picks the one that is closest to us right here.
Not even a block away.
Ouch.
All right, and then we have a current affair, Anthony. A current affair is back, and the host of the show just stinks. He is the worst.
Is he awful?
He is awful. This show will go nowhere with this
it
guy.
doesn't have the charm of the old current affair.
Not at all. It is awful. I took a peek, and
host.
it's just horrendous. But they did a little piece.
Let's get a little business out of the way first.
That's the guy. Listen, this is the guy that replaced Maury Povich. Listen to his delivery.
Let's get a little business out of the way first. This is a tape of a local New York CBS News reporter, Arthur Chien, doing a live-to-air stand-up in Manhattan. Now, two geniuses come up behind him. They're making noise and waving a sign promoting two other rocket scientists and making his job tough. So what does he do?
And they're trying to put a stop to it. What the is your problem, man?
Exactly what a lot of New Yorkers might do under that kind of stress, hopefully. I wouldn't, but he finishes...
Not on camera, you fucking asshole! Oh, I just did it. See?
Language, young man.
I used the F word. We're not rocket scientists, are we? Why do people keep confusing us with rocket scientists all the time? I know a little bit about rocketry. I used to fly Estes model rockets as a kid. But why do so many people get our jobs here on radio confused with some sort of rocket science all the time?
I think I know, because at times when you watch them on TV, you're overheard going, vroom, vroom.
Maybe that's it.
They're a bunch of phonies, too, because they were...
This is rocket science.
Oh,
wow, that's a new one.
It makes sense that your interns are geniuses, like he said.
Genius? Right, because we're rocket scientists. We would need geniuses around us to help us out with our rocket science.
Let's go to Frank in Virginia. Frank?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I played Tommy and Rumble on the morning show when you guys had us calling in.
Okay.
And then yesterday they were talking about you guys. They're trying to get their fans now to do the I saw it on the media, but they were, talking about you guys going around America having people call in to make basically make your show better by playing their show. These two guys are basically like Don and Mike, except they don't kill puppies and have their awful wives call up.
There's a lot of Don and Mike hacks out there, trust me. A lot of Don and Mike hacks. Thanks, Frank.
Don and Mike are
you
funny
got it.
guys.
All right, let's. I'm going to start over with this current affair thing.
Let's get a little business out of the way first. This is a tape of a local New York CBS News reporter, Arthur Chien, doing a live-to-air stand-up in Manhattan. Now, two geniuses come up behind him. They're making noise and waving a sign promoting two other rocket scientists and making his job tough. So what does he do?
And they're trying to put a stop to it. What the f*** is your problem, man?
Exactly what a lot of New Yorkers might do under that kind of stress, hopefully. I wouldn't. But he finishes his stand-up, turns over and says, "What the F word is your problem, man?" Okay, so it's a big no-no to say the F word on TV. We all know that. But this guy didn't say it for effect. He wasn't doing a Howard Stern or trying to shock anyone. He was being badgered by two morons. So what does CBS do? They fire him. The sack cut off his career basically over because they timidly and wrongly believe the Federal Communication Commission will censor or fine them. Well, here's some breaking news, fellas. The FCC told us today they did not get one complaint.
There you go.
Why didn't the Parents Television Council complain about that? They complain about innuendo of bosom is around, and here old potty mouth Chien.
There it is, the big one. The F word, the number 2 bad word to ever have on television.
That's right.
Let's go to Mike in Cleveland. Mike?
Hey, Opie.
Yeah.
Can you just say none on us? We're artists.
None on us. How much responsibility do we have for him getting fired, Opie?
I think Norton's just ticked because no one's going around yelling Jimmy Norton party rock.
There you have it.
I'm not ticked, sir.
Thanks, Mike. Actually, that was an Anthony quote, none on us, right?
Yeah.
None on us. So then I guess a current affair aired another piece on this yesterday. But we're stupid. We're stupid to get our names out there.
Of course we are.
It's Opie and Anthony.
I can't wait to hear that.
So they did another something on this yesterday. I think they had a poll or something.
Yeah.
Welcome back to A Current Affair. Now, on Friday, we had a phone and website poll asking whether you thought CBS should have fired local New York reporter Arthur Chien for accidentally muttering the F word live on air when two morons interrupted him from behind. Here's what you said. Of the 89,940 of you who voted, 77% said no, CBS should not have fired Arthur, and 23% said yes, Arthur deserved to get the boot. Where is the love?
What? This guy's got charisma, I'll say that. Oh. Full of spunk.
Oh. All right, then.
Where's the love?
We're trying to get through some of this. We could be playing audio clips about this all morning.
You don't think that was interesting? He did a report on the reporter? Could this asshole go back and redo it? You're not live, stupid.
Reporter. It's Tim Green. He's I mean, you got to watch A Current Affair to see how just stiff this guy is to begin with. And, you know, A Current Affair was a huge, huge show back in the day. You'd think they would have found a guy with a little more charisma to be able to pull this new version off.
Current Affair started the whole tabloid journalism.
This guy is the worst, and he won't last. I'm telling you, he stinks.
Bill O'Reilly used to host A Current Affair also.
That's right.
After Maury left.
Here's our good pal Imus. I haven't heard this yet. I have no idea what he said about this.
CBS News reporter Arthur Chien was fired yesterday. He used the F word on the air during the 6 a.m. broadcast.
What would have prompted him to do that?
He was standing in front of a subway station delivering a live intro to this segment about MetroCard scams. And two guys walk up behind him and hold up a sign and began chanting Opie and Anthony. And so he thought he'd finished the live report, according to page 6. He whirled around and blurted out to the interlopers, "What the blank is your problem, man?" He did. And the camera was rolling, according to page 6. It ran loud and clear over the airwaves. Quote,
"Is this something that Opie and Anthony put him up to?"
The page 6 report does not say that.
One can only hope that's the case.
The guy made a mistake. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Wait, automatically a curbside execution of old poor Arthur Chien.
That was his nuclear option error.
What the F is wrong with WCBS?
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Yeah, calm down.
All right, see, everyone, obviously the guy should not have
been fired. The people that look most ridiculous in this situation is CBS. CBS News. They fire the guy.
By the way, this is reminding me of a few other assaults on the media.
And what is Imus broadcasting from the shuttle?
Yeah, we got the
worst
hell
audio
was that?
clip there.
Maybe we...
That's Tranquility Base. Shut up, jerk. The Eagle has landed. Yeah. What, they fire him? What? You get out on the moon. I'm not going out on there. I can't fit the space helmet on my big cowboy hat. How am I supposed to wear my cowboy hat when I'm wearing a space helmet? What the fuck is your problem, man?
Oops. What the hell was that clip?
I don't know, man.
You could hear her fine, and Imus is somewhere,
somewhere in
thousands
space.
of miles above the Earth.
He's just bouncing around doing his show.
Don't forget to pick up some of my brother's salsa when you're here on Mars. Broadcasting from Venus next week.
Oh, too good. All right, now we got some audio from the Todd Schnitt. Is it Schnitt or Schmidt?
His
Schnitt?
name alone could
Todd
be an FCC
Schnitt.
violation.
That's right.
My goodness.
Every day he's sweating, just trying to get through his name without an
this
FCC
is Tom
fine.
Shit.
Oh, fuck, I did it again. Shit.
I bet that's not even his name. That's probably a fancy showbiz name. Schnitz.
All right, well,
I had to change it from Schnitzberg when my family came here.
From Poland.
From Poland. It was Schnitzenberg and Steenowitz.
Where's this guy from? Out of Tampa. All right, out of Tampa, Anthony.
Right.
Let's take a listen here.
Turns out these were a bunch of goons. I don't know whether they were employees or they were just, unemployed Opie and Anthony listeners. But Opie and Anthony, the shock jock radio show, which used to be on the air in New York City, until they got canned, because remember Opie and Anthony, they were the...
I know he's going to go off and trash us, and I swear...
No, he sounds like he's gearing up for a compliment,
This guy sounds
Opie.
good. But these guys... What amazes me is that these guys don't realize they're playing into our hands. They're just playing into our hands over and over again. Because this guy thinks he's too cool for the room. Know how many people are going to go, Opie and Anthony, well, A, I didn't know they were back on radio. B, they sound interesting. I got to get this XM now. This is just getting us more people to join the program.
Thank you.
Why do you play right into it every single time?
Why are you trying to... Why are we trying to go head-to-head with Tom Schnitz? Can we just play the audio without upsetting this guy anymore, please? I don't need Tom Schnitz coming after us.
Opie and Anthony, they were the imbeciles that had two listeners have sex in St. Patrick's Cathedral. Yeah, that's class. I mean, that goes just beyond any even acceptable form of shock jock radio.
Yeah.
Listen, shock jock radio, a little shock, a little edginess, that doesn't bother me at all.
Wow.
Good. But having two listeners...
Tough guy. Hey, a little edginess. Hey, I'm right there with you.
I'm all for a little
I'll have
fun.
you back.
But I don't like the way... By the way, Alan Sniffen said that, that's what anybody would do when they say, well, that's what happened in that church. I mean, come on, what are you doing? You see a nice girl? You fucking... Anybody would have had the same problem.
Anybody. Hey, when I'm, hey, shock jockery, a little shock jockery, I'm right with you.
It's Tom Schnitzen.
Tom Schnitzen.
Tom or Todd?
What is it?
Todd
Schnitzen. Todd?
Todd Schnitz.
I swear to you, I've never heard of this guy.
No one has.
We're playing right into his hands, Opie.
You should get larynx cancer.
You might think that, but I mean, he's in a little market.
Yeah.
The beauty of doing a national talk show, and you start talking about the people, and they could, it's not like people in New York could go get the Todd Schnitz show. That's where...
Schnitz?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you cursed.
Schnitz. It's a good drinking beer. Who is this? Who is this? Is this Schnitz or Schnitzen?
Schnitzen. What's his name?
I would love to know how many people in Tampa signed up for XM just because they heard Todd Schnitt talking about this incident.
Schnitt.
Jesus.
Schnitt.
I bet he has clever segments like, hey, in our bullshit section, we're going to talk today about...
And speaking of my last name on somebody's chest. Bullshit.
Can you drop a schnit on my chest? Jesus.
You know he does something stupid
he's
like
awful.
that.
Let's get back to the
You're full of me.
But having two listeners have sex in St. Patrick's Cathedral, that's just over the top. And they were out of work for, a couple of years. I think they were out for 2 years. Then one of the satellite channels picked them up. And I guess they're on a mission, or they have a mission for listeners to harass television live shots. Apparently that's the deal. So there were two guys that were holding up this Opie and Anthony radio sign behind this reporter. The guy's named Arthur Chien. And Arthur was doing this report. It was 6 a.m. It was like 6:01. And the anchor at WCBS Channel 2 in New York goes to Arthur Chien. And he's standing there. He's doing his little his rap. So I guess he's opening up the story live. Then they're going to throw it to a recorded piece, and then he'd come back and do and that's it from here, reporting live from some subway steps. I'm Arthur Chien, Channel 2 News, or whatever the heck he would say. But the guys behind him were holding up the sign. They were also like screaming Opie and Anthony. They also flicked off the camera right behind him. I mean, he didn't even, wait 3 seconds for them to cut to the package. He just whips around. He ends his sentence live on the air. And was that even a quarter of a second that he whips around and says, "What the bleep's your problem, man?
What the bleep?"
God, fired.
And don't forget, you can get your What the Fuck Is Your Problem, Man t-shirts outside the studio today. Listeners are lining up as we speak.
That's right.
Sometime after 9 o'clock, we'll be handing out the t-shirts, Anthony.
Yep.
That's why Club Soda Kenny is here. We're actually waiting for the FedEx man to deliver them.
Oh, they're not here yet?
No, that's why we had to wait.
Ooh.
But there's Todd Schnitt playing right into our hands. Sounded a lot like Don from Don and Mike.
Yeah, and a little Tom Likas in there, too.
Likas, yeah.
And a little lick ass in there.
Yeah, I like that realistic laugh.
And then... Yeah, if anybody wants to maybe make a couple of phone calls to a Schnitz show and record it, we'll play it. Because those are always fun when the listeners do that.
Yeah, let's see if Todd Schnitt could handle the O&A Army. Dugout, Doug?
Yeah.
Attack!
Oh, I love you guys. What a good birthday present.
Let her rip, kids.
I was going to say, he's talking about the thing that all the fans do with the assault on the media. I think we should show them what serious questions really are.
I agree.
Serious questions only, people.
You guys have no idea. You never want our pests.
And you know what would really... What is it, 3 o'clock?
3 p.m.
3 p.m.?
3 p.m.
Let's see if he has the balls to take on our listeners.
Is that
today.
the call-in number?
Yeah.
1-800-801-8999.
Right.
For those people now that have a pen, it's 1-800-801-8999. And it's weekdays, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. So, serious questions only. And, I wouldn't call up and try to use his wacky name in some part of your call, things like that. Mike is saying he's ultra-conservative? Is that what it is?
Well, I also want to go to Hollywood real fast. Hollywood, go ahead.
Hey, O&A.
Hey.
Hey, listen, I lived in Tampa, and this guy, he's using his real name now, but before he used to go by MJ and BJ. His name was MJ. A couple of weeks ago, you guys were talking about a guy that did wacky voices, the crotchety old man. This is the guy that did the CD, and he would always call up with that punchline, "Oh, thank God you answered," bullshit.
Oh, yeah, remember we played one of those.
I
We heard one of those.
remember.
Really?
It was atrocious.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy, back in the day on FLZ 93.3 back in Tampa, they used to do a morning show, and then his sidekick went, I think, to Cincinnati and left him out to dry. And then, this guy is just horrible.
So
the whole CD is just horrible.
So did he do, shock jock type stuff?
They tried to.
See, that's
what's
going on with this whole FCC thing. A lot of these guys that did the shock radio are now making believe they never did it. Mancow's a classic example, now trying to claim that his bosses made him do all the stuff he did back in the day, and they're trying to change their image because they have to survive in the radio climate that is now out there. And here's another phony making believe he never did any shocking radio before.
Shock Jack.
the radio station he was on, they did the morning show, and then later on that evening was at Bubba the Love Sponge. So it was that jock type of radio station. Hip-hop bullshit.
All right, and now he's ultra-conservative because that's what all these guys are now
Well,
doing.
I
They go from shocking to now trying to be the next Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity. Just frauds.
I haven't heard his show in a while, but I still think he does his morning FM show, and then he goes and does his... he's got like a small little syndicated throughout Florida AM show.
Right.
So, punch
right.
now, guys.
Well, good luck to the Schnitzer.
Snapman from Whackbag says he thinks before MJ he called himself Schnitz Buckley. Weird. Maybe on some station up in New York. Schnitz.
Let's go to Fort Lee. Eric, what's up?
Good morning, boys.
Morning, Eric.
Hey, I was listening to K-Rock on Friday. They try to do their own spin on it. I think Kane was on the air. And he said the reason why the guy cursed, the reporter cursed, is because Cabby was behind him, that he showed him the finger. And that's why the reason that the guy said, what's your problem?
Well, there's another interesting angle to this whole thing. Like we said, Crazy
Supposedly
Cabby.
they have it on camera. They have Cabby on camera.
Crazy Cabby, which is one of Howard Stern's cronies, was involved in this because he was
knucklehead.
Because he was walking by as Nathaniel was doing this, and Howard doesn't even acknowledge it.
Nah.
Way to do real radio, Howard. Big, huge radio story, and you just shut your little trap.
How can you take credit for anything you did there? There's nothing there that mentions any other radio station or program, sorry. It's just Opie and Anthony. That's all you get from that video is Opie and Anthony.
Well, it looks like, obviously, the press picked it up. It looks like two fans walking up with a sign.
It was, really. I mean, one intern plus one fan.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
It is exactly how it is.
He's a fan.
Cabby's going to make believe he's not a fan of this show. Please. How many times did he kiss our ass outside the building over there when we were going in for meetings?
Cabby, I don't think, was talking. No, he's just, Cabby's just trying to get into the subway. Yeah, and I think in fairness to Cabby, he wasn't flipping the bird off to Channel 2. He was flipping the bird off to the radio sign. show, right, to the sign. He's just like, whatever to these guys. Yeah, he was pointing it on the sign. Only Cabby. Only Cabby. That's good stuff. Oh, that's all over the internet if you want to look for it. It's pretty funny.
You know who was doing the show with him? Al Dukes, who used to kiss my ass on a daily basis.
That's Al Dukes?
Yeah, Al Dukes. Who's going to also make believe he's not a fan of the Opie and Anthony show? Are you insane?
And by the way, do you notice the incestuous tie-in? Let the Viacom employee say that the other Viacom employee was not giving the finger to a Viacom employee.
Giving it to the sign.
Yes.
Well,
damn you, sign!
Did his wrist spin around so his fingernail was pointing at the sign, or was it pointing at the camera?
Well, I don't know if you know, but they've dropped the fine because Janet Jackson was only showing her tit to Justin Timberlake. No one cares, stupid. It got out over the air. It was his dirty Viacom finger.
Got a little more on this.
Arthur Chien at Channel 2 fired for dropping the F-bomb. I just want to know what was going through his head, like if he thought it was a pre-taped thing. I think he thought they immediately cut to video.
That's Al Dukes.
He's good.
That's Al Dukes, who used to kiss our ass on a daily basis. Actually bought me a pinball machine because he wanted to work for our show, and I smashed it right in front of his face. We should get that video back up on opieandanthony.com.
Does he have his own show now on K-Rock?
I guess they've teamed him up with Booker or something. I don't even know.
He's Booker's producer. But he's, always...
And then jumps on?
Jumping on for a little airtime.
I like Al. He's all right.
He stinks.
He's a good radio personality.
A pre-taped thing? I think he thought they immediately cut to video.
Yeah, but they don't. They hold you there forever. He knows that. He's done it a million times.
Or why not just say, what's your problem?
Yeah, exactly. But when you're just all hot like that, you're trying to do your job, you're out there, and it's tough. I do these things in the street every now and again. And when I used to do it for Entertainment Tonight, it was the worst. Because if you do anything in the street, just forget about it. All right. And this guy's got a comment. I mean, if you didn't see the video yet, I should recap it. There was some guys with signs. They were holding them up. And Cabby, of course, kind of bum-rushed their thing with the middle finger, flew the bird during Arthur Chien's broadcast. Then, of course,
He didn't bum-rush it. No one's talking about Crazy Cabby from the Howard Stern show. We had to point that out.
It's hilarious.
The whole media is talking about how Opie and Anthony did this. Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
Can't you just be honest in your
broadcast? No one's honest there.
Be honest.
Out there. There's a Howard Stern angle, and Howard chose not even to talk about it. A huge radio story. Dope.
Arthur Chien's broadcast. Then, of course, Arthur Chien curses at the end. It's like a double whammy. It's F-bombs all over Channel 2. It's just fantastic. So Cabby, you can see him in the video in his getaway, his pseudo-getaway. He's like running down the subway stairs. This guy's got a theory on it.
Yeah, Booker, why are you so surprised on, Cabby's behavior?
Good point.
Well, if he sees the camera, if there's anything to do with media, he's going to make himself sound like a jackass, and he doesn't even care what kind of publicity he's going to put out.
I just love that the guy's going to jail, and, it hasn't changed his attitude. The greatest thing is, I see the subway station. It's right up the street, so he was obviously coming off the air because Sean Gables is on the air, so it's got to be 6:05 in the morning. So he's just getting finished with the shift right then, and he would have to cross the street to get to this subway hole that he went down into. You know what I mean? It's not the closest one to the radio station. So you're right. He did see what was happening, and he wanted to be involved. So you're right about that.
And that's Cabby. That's
why I love him. He's so funny.
And you wonder why he gets a 2 o'clock shift in the morning.
Yeah, I still think they should move that up. All right, take care, buddy.
Wow. This is all edited. That was 360. Edited to shit. Because obviously they cut out any reference to Opie and Anthony.
Right.
I'm sure the caller was saying Opie and Anthony, so you could hear
where the edits are.
He has to edit it because he's not allowed probably to say our names.
I'll listen for that on the replay.
What fucking fraudulent? Who is listening to that horrendous radio show?
That was really boring.
God awful.
Really boring.
Yeah, he's just crazy. Yeah.
He's going to jail. He's still the same guy.
Hey, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Maybe a big black cock in his ass will change him. Maybe then he'll have a little more manners when he gets out.
I'll tell you what changed. In fact, he'll start paying taxes. Pay up, boy. Stop welching. Stop riding our backs.
I didn't like how they spun it, so it's almost as if I weren't there, Cabby would have done that anyway because he's just so crazy.
Because he's crazy. He's got crazy in his name.
And that's so and that's so dishonest because anyone that checked out the video or read the the newspaper articles on it, the AP story, I mean, it had nothing to do with him.
Nope.
No one mentioned him.
Why aren't they talking about Wacky Fan? It's all Crazy
Right.
Cabby. How about Wacky Fan?
Ooh, that's good.
The Wacky Fan and Crazy Cabby show.
Yeah.
And once again, Howard Stern showing that he is indeed just a pussy. Just a pussy. Showing him up again. Had nothing to say. And one of his guys was, quote, involved.
He's just crazy, right? With the middle finger eye. F-bombs all over the place. Yuck. Unlistenable.
Well, Anthony, I think, Nathaniel, I think this is one of the top 3 assaults on the media ever. I believe.
Top 3 ever.
Well, let's think of some of the ones that have been done, and I think the videos are now up on opieandanthony.com. The classic, of course, attack on the assault on the media when the A-bomb was dropped.
Oh, the C word.
The C word. The video is now back up on opieandanthony.com. I haven't seen that in a while, but basically
C word always beats F word.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Someone we know who it was. It was Psycho Mark held up the C word on live TV.
Big sign right behind
Melissa Russo.
Melissa Russo. She was working for Channel 4. Is she still there?
I've seen her from time to time.
But there's a sign behind her as she's doing a story from Times Square. Where the hell was she?
It was 8th Avenue and 47th Street, yeah.
On top of the van.
And that was the time, the assaults on the media back in the day got so out of control, in New York especially, that the reporters started doing their live shots from on top of the news vans.
Yeah, they climbed up there with the camera and did it from there so the street-level people couldn't get behind the camera.
Right.
But Psycho Mark
got on someone's shoulders or something like that.
Got on someone's shoulders, held up a big sign with the C word written on it, and just held it up behind her. So as she's doing the story, you're distracted by the C word, the atom bomb of all curse words, right behind her head.
So that video's up. That's going to get a lot of hits today. Mm-hmm. And then also there was the Today Show flashing.
Huge.
With the WOW sticker.
Mm-hmm.
Way before Janet Jackson.
Oh.
Your pals did it first. The girl completely exposed on the Today Show as they're panning the line in the morning with a huge Opie and Anthony, a WOW sticker on her chest.
Well, it was kind of like under her boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because her boobs were not covered.
No, they were completely exposed.
Yeah.
And remember, Howard tried to claim responsibility for that.
I had tie a bandana around a nude woman.
He was like, that was us. And then all of a sudden, people had to whisper to Howard, Howard, The girl had an Opie and Anthony sticker on.
Yeah.
Ah, well, it was still my guys that did that.
What?
Oh yeah, he tried to take responsibility for that. And now
put in later.
And now Nathaniel's thing is right up there now too.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad to be among the greats.
Also, we got the video up of me smashing Al Dukes' stupid pinball machine. Yeah. It's a classic.
I think Danny's is up there in the top 400, though. That was a pretty good one.
No.
When he held that O and the A got on camera and the half of a caricature, I'm like, wow.
Oh, Jesus.
He did a great assault on the media if you have a letterbox television. Widescreen idiot getting the shot.
We were very excited, though, I remember. It was all about Danny until Nathaniel came to the plate.
Just stole his thunder,
Oh,
man.
man, did he steal his thunder. Can I see the hits on the two assaults on the media by the interns? Let's start with Danny. How many hits has Danny's assault on the media gotten?
No.
Oh, my God, you can't even find it anymore in the list of files you can download.
Buried now?
It's just buried.
Where's Danny's assault on the media? Aw.
All right, here we go. Danny, to date...
Right under Steve the Whistler's appearance.
Danny, to date, has gotten 9,842 hits. That's very respectable.
Yes.
Very respectable. That was last Monday, I believe, a week ago today.
Uh-huh.
And then Nathaniel came to the plate last Thursday, and it's a different story. He's up to 124,907 downloads.
Oh, wow. That is sad.
Nice job, interloper.
Thank you.
You're going places, son. You're going places.
He had the Revenge of the Sith weekend. Breaking all kinds of records.
Oh, man, I saw Star Wars. We can get into that next.
Yes.
Rich Voss is here. We're supposed to continue
he is?
the first show we ever did.